Alrighty. Alright. Now, getting everything set. Now, this I made really easy. See? Half inch, hole, screw, thread it, hole, thread it. Man, really easy to make. These I also use for like curves. This won't get into like little curves. So, dike them. Everybody's best friend, dike them. Now also what I do is I do the sides before I do the bottom because, shit, I got music on. Sorry. I started with Dykem, but I had music on in the background and I realized that wasn't my music and I don't want the audio turned off with copyright infringement, so we'll just have a little silence. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing my music anyway, so. Oh, poor me. Anyway, I do the sides and then the bottom, because if you do the bottom and then the sides, well, I got a height gauge, so that's why I quit. One will take off the other. Like I said before, I like to shake it, dry it out. Just make sure it ain't soaking wet or you'll get it everywhere. If you look around my shop, you'll see Dykem spots on a lot of things from that. Alright, dry it out. This is just a TIG welding electrode. I sharpened it up. Tungsten steel. There you go. Looks like we need a little bit more Dykem here. A little even. That's one thing about Dykem, is if you make your line wrong or something, just cover it back over. Boy, I'm not used to silence. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright. And did you see that? The way you tilt it can make different lines. So that's when I'll take it like this. Check. See, they're even. I mean, like I said before, I don't go up to these lines anyway. They're just basically a reference. There we go. Alright. Now I'll show you with this. What I mean with the calipers. I use my calipers. Oh yeah, I guess I turned the camera off with that. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. Losing my mind. Repeating myself. Find yourself doing crazy stuff. Here we go. Take my calipers, get them where I want them, lock them down, and man, there you go. You got your radius. I wouldn't do it with a good pair of calipers, you know, but that's why you buy these cheap $10 deals. And there you go. There's your grind lines. I always do my swedges after heat treat. I think I've said that in other videos, so if you're wondering why I'm not marking swedges. This is just before heat treat to, like I said before, some people heat treat first and then grind their bevels. Some people get it down to a dime's worth and then heat treat. I do in the middle. I leave, about an 1/8 inch and then heat treat. That way, less chance of warp, but also less wear on your belts. Kind of best of both worlds. A lot of people are one way or the other, so I figured if I do it in the middle, can't go wrong, right? Yeah, I know my logic is a little wacky, but anyway, here we go. I was going to put these on the grinder and do parallel lines, but I think we'll be alright. Just the parallel lines make it easier, but it's not really that big of a deal. Does help, but now I'll show you my little trick. I do the backs of them, and this is how I cheat when putting my lines in. Alright. Now, here we go. Knife. Still on. There we go. Don't want to miss this. So, like I said, let me do it with this one. What I'll do is see how I like it on the back. See, that's kind of the middle. So, put it a little bit higher. One line. That's kind of the middle too. So, yeah, when you want the middle, you can't get the middle. When you don't want the middle, that's all you seem to get. Alright, make sure you hold it as flat as possible. Outer line. That's too much. So we'll break right in between there. Let's see. You always want to close your dicum too, because it will be knocked over. And it will go everywhere. Now watch this. See how it's wet here? Ta-da! Those lines I just made are covered. Well, actually, I took it all off. But, yeah. Wet dicum will take off dry dicum. And we'll cover up lines already made. So, let's see what we got here. One line. Two lines. See, that's too thin for me. I just can't. See, if the lines were going across, it wouldn't come off that easy. Grab this one and try it. Pull it up just a little bit. Alrighty. This is all not working because I'm on camera. If I wasn't on camera, it'd be working fine. You know what? That's fine. Just like that. It's almost in thirds. The middle's, of course, a little bit thicker, but we're going to start with that. I had to wet this one down again to see if it'll dry out. Come on, dry. Now, here we go. And that's why I like to put parallel lines, because when your lines are, when you're steel was ground this soft, it just comes right off. Yeah, that's fine. This is what we're going to go with. Alrighty. Always hold as flat as possible. And while we're here, it's got a little play in it, but that might be the birth. That's pretty straight. It's got a little give. Yeah, this one's going to have to be straightened. And that's got a little, yep. So they're all going to have to be either surface ground or straightened. It depends on how out they are. These aren't too bad, so. Alright, let's go to the grinder. Alright, old belt. Put it in 90s. First thing. Alright, let's go get a good belt. I'm going to wait and do the nightmare grind, tomorrow, because that's going to take the small wheel and the platen, and we'll just get these done tonight. I've had these zirconia for a while, the 36 grit. I haven't used them because I've been using my ceramics, so let's try this one out. Now, like I said, I only go to before my sharpening notch. I'm not going to go beyond that. I'm going to kind of go back and forth to see how I want to put the bevel in and kind of get a feel for the belt and the wheel and get it all worked out. I am talking to this camera and it's not even working. I'm glad I got the other two. Glad I checked too. Now another thing I do is I'm going up from this side. Now when I get it to the height I want, I'll bring it down. You can see there's a gap between the belt and this line. That's where you put the line in first. Now you see why I leave my line so thick. I already went over right there. Just a hair though. Which means I want to stay away from that spot. I'll do here, and do here, do here, here. I'm lifting this part of the blade off the belt. Alright. Well, now you can see why I leave it so thick. I was having a hard time at the beginning. I think this is the first actual curved knife I've done with the, I've done like recurves and I've done the nightmare grinds, but I've never done the full deal with the hollow grind. So I'm glad I left that thick. That should be good though, because I'll hit center line after heat treat and it'll all be fine. That should be just fine for heat treat. Alright, let's do this one up. Man, I don't know if it's this zirconia or this Aeb-L, but man, that stuff gets hot quick. 52-100 and 1084, you can do a lot longer. That thing I had to dip every bit, man. It was, burning up. Alrighty. Boom! Woo! Ah! I don't know if the belt's getting dull or the steel's getting too hot, but man, you see it grabbing out of my hand twice. But I think I was too low also. I'll have to look at that. I think that's what I was talking about setting your hollow and then trying to change it. Once you set that hollow, that's where your knife wants to go. You try to change it and it can grab it. I think it was all three. The belt might be getting a little dull. I might have been too low, a little hot, and I tried to change it and bam, it just grabbed it out of my hand. I think it's catching that point right there and just pulling it out of my hand. I think that's it for tonight. I got to admit, that made me scared. I think, man, I bit a few times. I think that's what that little mark is. Just grabbed it and almost pulled it out of my hands. Then it seems like once it did it, it just grabbed that spot every time. Alright, there we go. Tomorrow, nightmare grind. There we go. Some acetone will take that dicum right off, then it's in the heat treat. Alright, please watch, subscribe, and as always, take it easy.